evening from NYChessKids. My name is Saudin. In today's lesson, we'll study one of the Paul Morphy's games, the game that it's called Night at the Opera, played in 1858. Now, this game is very important because it explains us how to attack the king in the center of the board. It teaches us how to develop the pieces very quickly. We learn about the open diagonals, open files in the attack. So let's see it again. Paul Morphy played e4, e5, knight to f3. Now this knight is attacking the center, pawn on e5 and d6. This is called in chess Philidor opening. Now again, Philidor was a chess player, also a great musician. The opening is not bad, right? It's quite solid. Pawn protects the pawn. It's okay, right? Now, Paul Morphy plays a move d4. The other option here is a bishop to c4. Right? You could play this move as well. D4, excellent move, attacking the pawn, right, on e5. And black plays bishop g4, pin. Right, so we have a relative pin here. Now, white takes the pawn on e5, and black takes the knight. Now, what would happen after d takes pawn on e5 is that white would trade the queens and then capture the pawn on e5 for free. Right, so for that reason, black decided to play bishop to f3. And queen takes. Now it's very interesting, sometimes kids ask me, why with the queen? Are you supposed to move your queen early in the beginning of the game? In this case, yes, right? Because queen is quite powerful here on f3, and it supports this checkmate, right? So now queen is threatening the checkmate, right? So it's okay to develop the queen here early in the beginning of the game. Now black decided to play knight to f6 and block that checkmate. Uh, probably probably other moves might be might be better here, because after knight to 6, what happened is the queen went to b3, and the problem is that there's a double attack here. So both pawns are attacked, pawn on b7 and pawn on f7. Of course, pawn on f7 is more important pawn, and black has to protect that pawn. Right now, black played queen e7 and protected the pawn, and of course this move has issues because it's blocking the bishop on f8. But if you play queen d7 to protect the pawn, then this is what happens. Queen takes on b7, attacks the rook, and then after this move, right, to protect the rook, queen c7, there is bishop b5, and black loses the queen. So for that reason, black decided to play queen e7, but this position of the bishop and the queen doesn't look very good. Now, Paul Morphy can capture the pawn on b7. This is a free pawn, but after queen b4, he would have to trade the queens, and of course, white is pawn up. Try, let's say something like this. White is pawn up, and has a very good chances to win the game. But Paul Morphy here wanted to teach us something else. He played a move knight to c3, and And he was looking at this position of the king and also the problems that black has with the deployment of this bishop on f8 and the issues with the castling. So, with a quick deployment of the pieces, he decided to attack the black king on e8. Right now, he is threatening to take on b7. So, c6 was played to protect this pawn on b7, and now bishop to g5, right? This is a very good, strong move. Bishop is pinning the knight, a relative pin, and black is in a very unpleasant position here. It is hard to develop the pieces. Of course, this would be a natural move, but then white can take the pawn on b7. So black decided to play b5. The idea of this move is just to move the bishop. If the bishop would move to d3, then knight would be developed to d7, right? So this one talking about. So that would be maybe okay for black, or perhaps you can even offer a trade like this and then develop the bishop. But this is that moment that we need to remember from this game. Paul Morphy decided to sacrifice the knight. Look, he's giving a knight for the two pawns. Now, of course, it is not enough to get just two pawns because knight is three pawns. So, what else did we get here? White has an attack on the king and very powerful bishop on this diagonal. Of course, this bishop is also very active. And then the rook is going to get into the game on d5. So that's what Paul Morphy was planning to do. He noticed that there is an issue with the king on e8, and he's very quickly attacking that king. Now, knight moved to d7, and white decided to make a castling to the queen side. It is a logical, natural move, right? The rook is coming into the game, attacking. This is really a strong attack on d7, especially because the knight cannot move because there is a pin here. So black plays rook d8 to protect that knight, and another important moment in the game. When I ask kids, what would you do here? They actually quickly notice that rook on h1 is not playing. And what they do, they said, let's play rook e1. So they want to bring the rook here. But if you pay attention to this rook e1, look, because those two pawns here, the rook is not very strong on this file, right? Now, without those two pawns, of course, rook e1 would be a good move, right? But here, look, the action is happening on d file, right? So if you would suggest, let's say, a move like rook d3 and then double the rooks, okay, that's something, right? That's definitely something we need to consider, right? That's a good plan to have those rooks on open file. But Paul Morphy played here even a better move. He wanted to show us that the fast development is important, right? And fast attack. So he gave this rook for a knight in order to bring the rook from h1 quickly into the game, right? So he really doesn't want black to rest here, to consolidate and make castling. So he's attacking so fast. He's giving this rook for a knight, and then after a rook takes, there's no other move. You see, you cannot take with a knight, not with a queen, not with a king. So this is the only move. And now rook comes to d1. And you may notice now the attack is really powerful, and the next move actually we are going to take the rook for free. So now the um, Duke card, he offers the trade of the queen. You can win the game even with trading, right? You will see the beautiful combination happen here, but I just want to show you that even trading is okay here. Check, and and then when you take on f6, right, you can take with the rook, and this is also kind of position where black cannot survive. First of all, white has more pawns, but the problem with the king, see this, the rook on seventh rank attacking, and white would win this game even with trading. But Paul Morphy found an amazing combination. He played bishop d7, check. Now the only move to take that bishop is knight to d7, and this beautiful sacrifice of the queen, queen b8. And I'm sure now, if you were studying in intermediate one, checkmates, right? Checkmates in one and two, we had this position on the board. We we studied many of those checkmates, like this one, right? Rook d8, bishop is supporting the rook, right? And that's how the game ended up in 17 moves. A very nice, short, beautiful game, but game that teaches us a lot about the attack, open files, open diagonals, quick attack, sacrificing this rook for a knight. And you see, sometimes giving a material is actually part of the strategy. So let's just summarize the game. I like to do that on the end of the game. I actually like even to see the game one or two times more, just to memorize the most important moves. You can do that on your own. I am just going to point at the most important moves that happen in this game. I think if you well, let's go from the beginning, and then I will mention all those moves one more time. You can see every move. And I think this is an important move. Queen b3. Definitely, you have to remember this idea: double attack by bringing the queen to the other side, to the queen side, attacking two pawns at the same time. And this move is important. Knight c3. It teaches us about the fast development. Okay, let's see what else we have. Yeah, of course, here knight takes b5, sacrificing a knight for 2 pawns, and then castling. Yeah, this move I think is logical, natural. You want to make castling, not just rook d1, because you want to connect the rooks. And and of course, rook d7, excellent move. Rook d1, and now queen b8. Yeah, this move is something we want to remember, right? And rook d8 checkmate. Okay, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this first game in intermediate 2 lesson. This is lesson number 11. You can find this lesson if you go to NYChessKids website. You may notice it is in intermediate 2 level, and it is going to be here in lesson 11, best games. That's what you can find this video, and you can see the game one more time. Thank you very much for studying the Paul Morphy game with me, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.